A little quick review here on launching and naming your documents and files in Adobe Illustrator. So when you click on your icon to start up your Adobe Illustrator application, you should get this window. You have the option to go to a new file or open an existing file. We're going to go ahead and start with a new file. Click on New. You will get the document, new document panel here. You can name your item. Please make sure you name it according to the assignment. So in this case, I'll start calling this our pocket, and then include your name, whether it is your first name, last name, initials. I'll work with that as well. Make sure you do that. Now, you need to define how you're going to output this. And we will just go to a print selection. Now, it should probably in yours default to an 8.5 by 11. That is a piece of paper that can go through most tabletop printers or home printers. You can see here I actually have some different settings already set up because I have done some larger page or artboard setups. So if you do not have these options, I would recommend that you come over here and set it up with either 24 by 36 is recommended for this class. It's what most output printers will do if you send it to like a FedEx, Kinko's, or a Staples are two places here in Tulsa, Oklahoma that you can utilize. Then you can also select the orientation, portrait or landscape. Either one is fine. Right now we'll leave it at one artboard. You can always change the size of your artboard, and if you forget to do this at this setting, we can also change the size of our artboards. Down here, color mode, CMYK or RGB will suffice. I'm going to go ahead and go with the 36 by 24. It puts it in my landscape orientation. That's just fine. And I will click Create. At this point, I just have a document named this, and my artboard is at this size. In order to save this, I would come up to my top row here, and I also notice that my recording screen is not capturing the top row of all your menu items. So I'll be sure to expand my recording screen next video. But up here you would go to the File menu and do Save. You must do that initially for anything, and you'll notice it will automatically put the AI formatting on it. It's an Adobe Illustrator format. I recommend you always check where you are saving this. This is where most people say they've lost their file. They've just lost knowing where it is. If you need a larger option panel here so that you can see which folders you're putting it in, or would like to create new folders and such, you can do that. It's a good organizational tool. You might even, before you begin all of this, create a folder for this class, maybe even week 1, week 2, and week 3 to keep your work straight. You have an arrow here for collapsing that panel, and you can also check here where you may be saving it. But by expanding it, you get more options. Then we will save. This is a default page. You could go back to previous versions of Illustrator. Most people are up to date with the Creative Cloud. Keep yours at that for right now. If you were working with a print company that only had one of the later versions, they would tell you that. But next I'm getting ready to show you a format you will save this in, and it would not be a problem. So we'll leave all this at its default, click OK. And now you have the document saved. If you would like to do a save as, which is another way to save a second document, I could rename another one for 2 or 3, 4, 5, whatever pockets I might want. But I can also change my format. EPS is another form of an Illustrator. It's again an older format for older versions. Keep going down the list to the Adobe PDF. This is a very unified, universal type of format. Most any computer can open these documents, whether they have Illustrator, Photoshop, any other kind of CAD program. It's very universal. So you would be able to click on that and then save. I'm going to cancel at this point. But this is AI is the format you should continue working on your pieces in. And then the very last one, after all changes have made, do a save as to make it the second copy in the PDF format. Thank you for listening. Now you know how to set up your document.